guys. So we kind of shifted our focus again this week. So as of late, we are currently working on developing a mobile app that would allow victims and first responders to report damage, obtain information, and locate the nearest resources or help available. This data would be obtained by crowdsourcing victims as well as first responders. We hope that through this app, victims will be able to have more efficient access to help, and first responders will have a better picture of what's going on in a disaster area. So here's us. I'm Emma. I'm a nursing major.
I'm Jackie. I'm public policy.
Adam, engineering. Will, writing and rhetoric.
Caesar, biology.
So basically, our problem statement again shifted. So we're getting rid of tracking supplies, and we're focusing on crowdsourcing from civilians and first responders.
In the interest of time, we're going to skip through these. I explained them last week.
That
haven't changed since?
Yeah.
Haven't changed since.
All right, so takeaways. Combining aspects of Uber in ways that create the most user-friendly environment. So we kind of took a step back from our idea last week, and we're thinking now that tracking and recording supplies would not be realistic. And then rather than having multiple individuals from the same organization log into the app, we'll just have one person representing that organization and logging in, analyzing the data, and deciding how the team will respond. And we want to show when there's multiple requests at once rather than just one. And we were thinking about color coding it by traffic. So let's say 100 people report a disaster, it'll be a different color than if just 10 people report it. And linking first responders and emergency managers with state and federal authorities is crucial, and our app has the potential to do that.
So these are our hypotheses for the week. We were thinking, should the app have a filter of who gets to see what information so as to not overwhelm a certain type, like a firefighter doesn't get overwhelmed. All right, this was validated. You know, obviously we're all overwhelmed by seeing too much information, so we're just going to try to put a filter that a firefighter will only see what a firefighter needs to see. And our second hypothesis was there a way to connect the app to the dispatch system. This was invalidated because a lot of 911 dispatchers, they still use paper. A lot of them do use the computer-assisted dispatching, but so many use paper that would just be uneven, and there would be no way to connect everyone. The last hypothesis were military personnel are okay with sharing location services. This was invalidated. It's too much of a security concern for military personnel. So this was our VPC. With our new focus, we made a couple significant changes. A customer job would be making decisions on how to allocate resources based on data from not just from other first responders or directors, but also from victims. Gains would be a map that updates in real time, and the pain would be cut down on time spent reporting or mapping a region and allow accurate representation of the environment in real time. Products and services would be system of tasking, kind of like where a task pops up and they can just pick anyone closest one can pick it. And assign a credibility score to each supplier's information, so as to make sure that, you know, obviously the more credible information is get to first. All right, and we're optimizing who's nearest, and live updates to the mapping system. More credible information would be our pain relievers.
So this has been something we've gone back and forth on kind of all semester, and you changed it from last week. The last couple of weeks we've been saying we want the app to primarily be used by first responders and emergency managers and directors. Now we're kind of shifting back to having everyone use it. The problem with having the victim have it is they might not have it downloaded, they might not have it readily available, but as long as we're not relying on the victim to have it, I think it's still okay to allow them to have a voice as well.
And hopefully our SMS texting option is going to help solve that. It's
We'll show you
later.
We'll
show you later.
When we get to the end.
So this is our mission model canvas. We just updated it with value propositions for mobile app instead of just for first responders, it's for everybody. Crowdsource disaster data from all sources. And mission achievements would be number of citizens who report information and number of first responders who submit information.
Our customer workflow still hasn't changed. Our future plans are to further develop the app over these next couple of weeks and send it out to interviewers and do A and B testing. So like Google survey, so you have multiple screens and which one do you like better, A or B? And they can click and you can get statistics based on that. And then tomorrow we're interviewing one of the founders of the Google Crisis Response Organization too.
we've developed an MVP of kind of what our app's going to look like, where you'll see the SMS message come up on your phone. When you look at it, it will send you a link to the App Store so that you can download the Vital app. And there will be a download button directly from there.
From the app, you guys know what an app store looks like, yeah.
And so there you can sign in as a victim or first responder, and at that point you will have access to especially tailored features based off of what you sign in. It just will have pretty much the same map as other ones, so you can see, you can like request aid, see where all the obstacles are, whatever, et cetera, all the other features of our app.
So the only ones who have to log in are first responders, because we'll have to verify like credentials and make sure they're actually first responders, not people lying. But victims won't have to actually sign in. If you put in the option as a victim, it'll take you straight to the screen. So those are just the options. Yeah. This is just a couple of things that might pop up that what they would look like. Yeah, that's
basically it, yeah.
All right, great job. All right, feedback?
I like how your new, the other additions to your mock-ups really flowed well with what you were saying. It kind of supported what you were saying, but they didn't speak up. They didn't take away from what you were actually saying. I like how they supported what they were actually kind of talking about in their concept. So it didn't take away from us having to focus on that. It definitely supported what you guys were kind of talking about.
Thank you.
In regards to y'all's MVP, what does it state like right now? Is it like a web applet, or is it just like screenshot like images, or?
So it's actually, I don't know if you guys remember me actually showing you the balsamic program and actually being able to, that's what it is right now.
Gotcha.
It's not, we just put the PDFs just for
You wanted to have a website plugin as well.
Yes.
Compatible with that, so.
How do you parse the SMS?
Sorry?
How do you parse the SMS to turn it into, like if I text you, I saw that there was a grandma at, in terms of age, maybe she wasn't a grandma, but at Walmart the other day, it still had a flip phone. She's going to text you something, and that SMS text is going to be then translated into action on your map.
Okay, so see, that's something we still want to investigate more more with people who are more experienced with SMS texting, because right now our SMS texting is just used to download the app. It's just sending you an alert of a way you can get more information. In the future, we want people to be able to just text the number or whatever directly, and it will update the map, or maybe take a picture with their flip phone, anything, and it'll update the map. But that's kind of further along the line.
So you guys, this is really for everybody. You did a much better job this week of smiling and looking like we weren't trying to hit you or something while you're up there. But really for everybody, if you look bored with your presentation, the people watching you are going to just feel bored. So as you prepare for having a broader audience, make sure that you're really being strategic in the way you engage people, and not just the person speaking, but the rest of the team standing up there too. So way to up your game on that a little bit this week.
So I completely forgot to add this part of it, but after you download the app, before you make your login, and then it asks you if you're a victim or a first responder, and then it'll take you from there. So then there's two, kind of like in Uber, how there's one app for it, but drivers are different than passengers.
They'll see different.
It's like two interfaces.
That's the whole thing, where if you click victim, it'll take you straight to the map. If you click first responder, you have to log in, and then it'll take you to what first responder to see.
Yeah, that's much better than last time we had two apps.
Yeah.
That's a great.
And
Also a really nice balance between the broad stuff and the specific. You're giving this broad idea, but your specific details are showing that you're paying attention to your user. It's really cool.
Good.
All right, great job, guys.
1, 2, 3.